media, like radio, television, print, to to publicize it. And then the more often you do it, because we do it annually and we do it at the same time, people are anticipating. And then it's bringing people that have come before, and they started bringing more people out. So a lot of it is, it's just a combination of pushing the event out.
Go ahead, T-Dub. I mean, he's in the chat, but he's disagreeing with some parts of it. I mean, hey, the forum is here. The floor is yours if you want to come in. *6 to unmute. I guess he feels that it's a lot of it is being pushed upon man versus, man, everything blamed on the man. She didn't say that. She actually said that it affects both sides. Yeah, I never
said that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I said it. We just hear about it more because 85% of the victims are women, and that's why we hear more about it from women. And my initial things where it was one out of 4 women, 1 out of 7 males. We have males that come through our program, but again, when you're dealing with a lot of males, a lot of times the males do not want to talk about the issue of being abused, whether it's abused by a female or being abused in a same-sex relationship. It's the number one issue in LGBT communities. So no, we never said that it doesn't happen to men. We see it all the time. We see women that, and we train on that, teaching men also. There are women that are very abusive, verbally. And again, domestic violence is just not physical. You have verbal abuse, mental abuse, financial abuse. It all encompasses. Physical is the last aspect. So no, we never said that it doesn't happen. It's just that statistically wise, 85% of incidents are females.
KZ,
yes.
Are you here?
Yes.
All right. Yeah. See, I disagree with the statistic. And when I say I disagree, not with the caller, I apologize for not, recalling your name. But see, when you say 85% are reported, that's just what it is. It's reported. I know the young lady said men tend not to report, but you can't base a statistic off what's reported. I know that you can only go by the numbers, but we're not going to report it. Again, we have egos, so we're not going to report it. So that's a flawed statistic. Here's what really happens. A lot of times you're faced in a situation, and I hate this conversation, but I love it. And I know that sounds like an oxymoron. I hate it because what it generally does, even though it's a good conversation, it generally pits one against the other unless you are very mature, and I think we all are that. But even so, the perspective is always different, because if you, and here's where I push the issue. When most people form groups, they'll form the group, and the thought process is it's a woman-only group. Now, I'm not saying that whoever's posting the group is sending that message, but I can guarantee you, well, I can't guarantee you because that would be a fallacy. If you have a man that hosts an event, and he asks all men to come out, no women invited, and you get 400 men in that room is probably going to be 85%, 90% that says, hey, I've been abused. Now, whether somebody's lying, that's why I'm taking that 15% off the top, or somebody's making up a story, or they're trying to fabricate something that really is not true because they're not looking way down deep into where their issue really originated. But if you get men in a room, a lot of men have been abused. And again, if I try to argue this point, which I'm really not arguing, I'm just trying to make a point, you really are going to run into a situation where it really pits men against women, black against black, white against white, and I don't want to do that. Only thing I'm trying to say is, because I'm getting frustrated, you're getting a lot of information from a female base.
All right, I got
it. Yet a lot of men's stories are getting left out.
All right, Tito, I gotta wrap you up. I don't want to answer. You got something you got to get to. I'm notified, so if you can answer that, and then I'll go ahead and you can give out your website, and then we'll let you go on your way. Cause I understand you got a second gathering you got to get to.
Yes. I hear the gentleman is saying, but I have to disagree with him a little bit. Again, you can't fault a system. If we have to go by statistics, and we do surveys, we do all kinds of things, and again, we work with males as well. But if you cannot fault a system if you're not speaking up, we can't account for you if you don't open your mouth. So it's not faulting. The system is faulting those people that will not speak up and say, "Hey, I have been abused." We reach out to men as well as women, but if you don't let us know, we can't help you. That's just life. That's in any subject, not just domestic violence. So we have to report on what we know. And if you heard, the first thing I said was only 5% of cases are reported. So these numbers, the 1 out of 4 females and the 1 out of 7 males, are based off of 5% of cases reported. Here's who has reported domestic violence.
Then the numbers are skewed. The numbers are skewed.
But that's skewed. But I can't argue with you.
They're skewed.
If the numbers are skewed, it is based off of what has been reported. I can't make somebody report.
I agree with that. But then you must report that the numbers are skewed, because guess what? 5% are reported. So you can't base statistical data off of skewed.
All right, so
that's not a fact. You can't.
Hold on, Tina.
It's not a fact. It's not a fact if everybody's not reported.
1 out of 4 women, 1 out of 7 males are victims of domestic violence.
Report. They're not victims. They're reported.
Okay.
1 out of 4.
So.
1 out of 4 are victims.
Hold on.
Well, let's get back to the basis of all this, Keefe, is our foundation is here to help domestic violence victims. I'm not here to argue numbers. I'm here to talk about we're here. Our foundation is here. Our mission is to help survivors, whether that's male or female. We don't just cater to women. And so if someone is listening that is in a situation and they need help, we want to be able to give them tips on how to get out of situations. If they're trying to find a shelter, we are definitely a resource for that, or they are more than welcome to call 1-800-799-SAFE. That's SAFE. That's 1-800-799-SAFE, so that we can help them get out of that situation.
We'll
so to me, that's the number
too.
one important factor that we're trying to do. We're trying to save lives, and that's what we're here to do, is to help people get out of these situations.
Alma, we appreciate you spending time and actually talking with us. I know you got to get over to your next thing. What's your website? How can we reach out to you?
Sure. It's www.almagdavisfoundation.org. That's ALMAGDAVISFOUNDATION.org. And they can follow us on all social medias. We're on Facebook, Alma G. Davis Foundation, Instagram and Twitter, Alma G. Davis FDN.
All right. Thank you very much for actually spending some time with us. We appreciate that. Very good. Very enlightening.
Absolutely.
And
keep
doing what you're doing. And I love what you're doing here. So definitely keep on. Hopefully I'll put that on, that you actually continue to grow. Your organization will grow, and you'll be able to continue to do blessed things that you're doing.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. Okay. All right. Good night.
Good night. All right. So, yes, she had to go. It's definitely a serious topic, and that, I see a lot of, I got actually statistics from domesticviolence.org or whatever the name of the website is, and it's some crazy alarming numbers here. I think T-Dub says he thinks the numbers are actually skewed, but it actually breaks it down. It's crazy. And what I read is, it said, it basically said the victims, especially African American women between 18 and 35, that's the number one cause of death That's a crazy number right there. You know what I mean? I got all kind of different numbers as far as, you know, female victims. 77% of females aged 18 to 24 were previously victimized by the same offender. I mean, it's all kind of crazy statistics here. So, I mean, we got to do better here. And people are afraid to talk, you know. And that's why I had this forum here tonight. It's crazy. You know what I mean? And if you're listening and you're going through that, I mean, we put the resources out there. We got the website. We got the phone number to call. Seek help. You know? You still with me, VJ? She may have dropped, but
I don't think they would do that.
yeah. So yeah, I appreciate you calling in too, T-Dub. So I'm interested in what you said. Is you think?
I just want to let you know, man. I was trying to be argumentative.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, I was just arguing a point that, unfortunately, again, not to be the dead horse, and I'll leave you at this because I know your show about to close. Mm-hmm. Statistics do report what they report, and that's all you can go by. I agree with her on that. But the bottom line is this. It's no difference from if you survey, half the men in Atlanta. Are they bisexual, gay? I know it's a totally different topic, but nobody's reporting that. So when you report it, here's what you say. You don't say, or in my opinion, you don't say the statistics bear out that 85% of the women are abused. What you say is it is reported that they are abused. If you say 15% of the men are abused, you say is reported. Because if you say reported, then you cover the statistics. If you say, well, there could be more, but the statistics only report this number, then you cover the gambit. Because we already know as men, all right? Generally speaking, I'm going to generalize and paint with a broad brush, and I'll hurry up and finish. If your woman abused you, the likelihood of you reporting her is slim and zero. What you will do is, or as men, what we generally do is we will try to work it out. Number one, because when you call that man, you going to jail, not her. Number two, you in your own eyes feel very difficult about my girl just punched me in the face or slapped me, and I'm sitting on the back deck having me a cognac, whatever. I'm not going to report this. I'm going to try to work this out. This is my baby girl. I'm not sending her to jail. So you got so many dynamics, like I repeated earlier in the chat. You got so many dynamics that play a part in this, so it makes it very difficult to try to correlate what is factual and what is fallacy. And that's the only point that I was trying to make. Don't report that statistics bear out something that you cannot put a finger on. But we cannot ignore it because it is a reality in our community, just like any other community, just like crime and anything else. The only thing I ask is stop saying it's factual when it's really just reports. And who reported it, and I'll go on with that.
All right, appreciate that, T-Dub, for the call. All right, that was T-Dub.
All right, boss.
Yes, sir.
God bless.
Yes, sir. All right, so that's a show. This is the type of show, man. It's a lot of information, a lot of opinion, a lot of perspective. It was just like when my wife actually called in and you said, you know, it was me and Chief on at that time. It's like, you know, it's one-sided and we needed some women on the line, and we ended up yeah, who we got here on the line? Who is this?
No, that's my son in the back.
Oh, that's you. Okay. I thought you hung up, T-Dub. You still on the phone, man. Hang up the phone, man. Star 6 out. You still
I'm going to hang up with y'all all day, baby. I'm an ATLian, baby.
Guy over here, boy. Anyway, so there is, you know, there's issues out here. We just want people to seek assistance, seek help. You know what I mean? There's Let me unplug from the line here. All right, so there's an epidemic that's occurring. I don't know if the word epidemic is the